Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to share some of the tips and tricks you can try out on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 with MIUI 8. So we already done a detailed video on the MIUI 8 features like second space, dual app support and other options available in the MIUI 8. So now we'll share some of the useful features and tips and tricks available on the Redmi Note 4. So this phone comes with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and we have the MIUI 8 on top of that. So let's get started with the tips and tricks. So first up, let's see the option to move apps from one screen to another. So we have multiple home screens, and if you have 3-4 home screens, moving apps from one screen to another might be a painful task, but Xiaomi has a pretty useful option. Say for example, I want to move all the 3 games to the third screen. What I need to do is just swipe, 2-finger swipe on the screen, and you can see the move apps. Just select the apps. So we have just selected all the 3 apps. You can just swipe and group them, and then come back here and then drag here. All the 3 apps will be moved to the third home screen. So that's quite easy option. Just 2-finger swipe and you can see the move apps. Select on the apps and then come to the next home screen. Just tap on it and it will be back on the third home screen. Similarly, if you want to delete multiple apps, say for example, we'll just once again select multiple apps, and then what we can do is we can just drag it and then go to the top, and you can just uninstall it. So we just group the apps and then uninstall it. Click uninstall. So in this manner we can uninstall multiple apps at the same time using this feature. So that's a quite handy feature on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 4. Now let's go to the settings. So settings panel, we have a lot of features. First let's talk about the display. So display, we have 3-4 useful features. One is the reading mode. So we already know the reading mode. So reading mode, what it does is reduces the display background glare. So if you're reading in the night, this is a particularly useful mode, and just turn on this, and this will make the screen mode a bit more glare, reduce the glare on the screen, and this will be easier for you to read. You can also select the apps where reading mode is enabled, and you can check that. So that's the reading mode option in the MIUI 8. Now let's go back, and you can see the option to change the color and contrast. So select this, and you can see automatic contrast, increased contrast and standard contrast, and you can also select the colors, that's warmer colors or cooler colors. You can select it based on your preference. So this is a pretty useful option. If you want the display to be a bit more vivid, you can use your own customized color settings and get the vivid display. Now third option is double tap to wake in the display option. So this is a pretty handy option. So once you turn on this option, if the screen is turned off, you just need to double tap on it and it will wake up the screen, and that feature has been already there on a lot of devices, and MIUI 8 also comes with that feature. So you can turn this on in the display. Now let's go to the lock screen and password. So here we have an option called pocket mode. This will lock touch gestures when this phone is placed in the pocket. So it will prevent unwanted calls being dialed when the phone is in the pocket. So you can just turn on the pocket mode, and when you are using the phone in the pocket, it will not accidentally do any presses or dial any number. So that's kind of useful. Then if you go to the screen lock and fingerprint, so we'll just go there, and here you can see all the fingerprints are configured, and for each fingerprint you can see whether you want the fingerprint to used to lock apps. So there is an option to lock apps. So if you want to lock apps using the fingerprint scanner, we can use that. You can just turn this on, and you can protect apps using the fingerprint scanner. And once you're selected the fingerprint scanner, for that fingerprint scanner you can unlock the apps and easily access it, and without that you cannot use the apps. So this feature is pretty useful, and that's one of the useful features in the lock screen and apps. Now let's go to the notification and status. So here we have the default set of options like showing the connection speed and notification icons, the carrier name. All those things can be shown here, and you can edit the SIM card, carrier name. All these options are available here, and you can also have the notification toggles combined. So we can right now see it's a combined one, that's a notification, as well as the quick toggles are combined. So if you just select here, if you want separate, you can see here this is the notification area and the quick toggle, so both are separately enabled. So that's the feature. So if you want separately, you can just enable them here from here. Next is the second space. So we already talked about the second space in our video, so this is a pretty useful feature. So just go to the second space. So this is having two different space on your smartphone. So you can see here this space has nothing to do with the previous screen which we have, and you can protect this space with password, fingerprint. You can install apps, you can import apps from images from the first space. So this is kind of a different environment where there is no direct connection between the first space and the second space. So you can use it as two different areas. Say for example, one is for work and one is for home. So both these spaces will not mix together, and you get complete privacy when using your phone in two different spaces. So that's the useful option. Now I can just go back to the first space. We'll just switch it back and come back to the options. Then we have this option in the battery. You can see system animations are enabled by default. So if you want to improve the performance, you can see hide system animations, and this speeds up the device performance. So there are some animations when using the device, so you can just turn this off, and this will speed up the performance of this device. You can also see manage apps which are taking up the battery the most. So next step we have the storage. So in the storage we just have the option to view the storage, and scrolling down you can see there is a cleaner option. So cleaner option, you can access it from the security app as well, but here we can see that it will search for all the cache files, ads and other stuffs which can be cleaned up, and you can clean up junk files from your phone using this option. So that's again a pretty handy tool available in the storage. Next up we have the light mode. So light mode is a simplified home screen and menus. We have larger icons, and this is quite useful for elderly people, and instead of the smaller icons we have a simplified home screen and menu. So that's another option. You need to reboot the device to enable the additional light mode. Now if you go to the additional settings, so here we have this child mode. So child mode, as the name indicates, when you're giving the phone to your children, you can enable this and select the apps which are enabled in the child mode, and you can also set password here, so that your kid will be able to access only those apps which he or she is permitted, and will not be able to access your personal apps, office apps, etc. So that's a child mode in the MIUI 8. Then there is a quick ball option. So this comes with a MIUI 8. So what it does is it's a floating icon on top of all the screens, and we have some options like multitasking, locking, screenshot, all those things are there. You can just select the shortcuts from here. So right now the shortcuts are home, menu, lock, screenshot and back. So you can just change from the available options, and this the quick ball will be available on all the screens. It will be on top of all the screens, and you can also set the transparency, and there is also option to open it based on the gestures as well. There is also option to show this on the lock screen. So that's the quick ball option. Then we have the screenshot, long screenshot rather. So there is a 3-finger screenshot. We'll just turn this on, and we'll just show you an option. So we'll just show you a quick demo of the 3-finger screenshot. So we just open the settings panel and just swipe using 3 fingers, and you can just see the screenshot has been taken. Now just click here and you can see the scroll option. So just select this, and you can see that the screenshot of the entire settings page is being captured. Now at any point of time, if you want to stop, you can click done and it will stop here. So now it has created the entire screenshot, and you can see this is the entire screenshot of the settings page, which is kind of useful. So this is the long screenshot option using the 3-finger swipe gesture. So next up we have this option to change the notification light. You can change the light colors for calls, messages and notification. So by default it's blue for all. You can just change it to yellow, green, and colors for calls can be a different one. So that's a useful option, so that will distinguish calls from messages and other notifications. Now coming back, we have this dual apps option. So dual apps allows you to run concurrently two instances of the same app, and that's kind of useful, especially WhatsApp. You can run 2 WhatsApp accounts at the same time on this device. So just turn this on. It will be available for all the apps which are available in this device, and you can just enable it, and it will create the dual apps profile for each of the apps you have selected. So that's pretty useful. So we already done a video on the dual apps feature. And finally we have the app lock. So this is a pretty useful option. So what it does is you can just open it, and select the apps which you want to lock. So right now we have locked the gallery app. We can use fingerprint scanner to unlock it. So now we have exited it, and now coming back, we'll just show you. So now we have opened unlock the device. Now let's open the gallery, and you can see it is asking for the password. So you can either use the pattern or use the fingerprint to unlock it. So that's a pretty useful option. So these are some of the tips and tricks and useful features of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 with the MIUI 8 and Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.